Okay. All right. Looks like we're on. Let's show the puppy till Connor gets on. Okay. All right, so we're still waiting for Connor to get in here, but might as well start talking about the game a little bit. Right now, the conversation is, can Columbus Crew repeat? Now, that's an interesting one, right? There we go. They got better. They got deeper. But now they got Aiden Morris hurt. Jose, oh, man, that is not a good – oh, I hate watching that. Tears that ACL. He's going to have to recover on that. That is brutal. He was going to be so clutch for them this year. But the good thing is they've got a whole second starting 11 they can bring in. Now, the one area that I'm looking at right now that I'm not super certain with is Josh Williams in the center back spot. Mensah's solid, but he's another year older. That center back spot might be where they're going to have the most issue. So, can they redo it? Maybe. It's how Caleb Porter uses his two starting 11s basically to rotate in and out throughout the season. Can he get everybody on the same page at all times so that as they start playing through, they can be more comfortable with each other, right? And they also lost two big pieces in Brendan Aronson, Mark McKenzie. Oh, wait, that's Philadelphia. Not really sure what to expect out of Philly this year. Once again, another team with players that you look at that are just bang average at best, right? Not sure who Flack is, the left center made in this 4-4-2 diamond shape. But Anthony Fontana starting up top next to Shabilko, that might be an interesting look. All right, we're going to call Connor here and make him get on because he is late, and that's not cool. Of course he didn't pick up. So we talk about some of the, I guess we could talk about some of the scores that have gone through before Connor gets back. Huge disappointment for Minnesota. For all my Minnesota friends out there. We told you. We told you so. What else we got going on here? The wrong button there. This is our first live stream using StreamYard, and I'm still trying to figure out how to use most of it. So give us a minute here as we figure things out. Oh, we can show comments. If we leave comments, we can talk about what we're replying to and who we're talking to. That's really cool. Got the hang of these banners here. That's pretty cool. Got a little Brandon in the corner. It's nice. It's cool. Okay. So we got a little bit of time before this game kicks off because MLS never starts on time. So here is my puppy. Say hi, Grace. And Lazy Puppy Sunday. What's up, Santiago? The match looks like it's about to start in 10-ish minutes, maybe another 6, 7 at this point. It looks like it's like a 5:55 kickoff, which we all love MLS for. You know, they say, okay, we got a 5:30 kickoff. That's really great, and then it doesn't kick off until 5:55. So, looking for another few minutes of downtime here before we go into it, but it's going to be a great match. We've got the Columbus Crew MLS Cup champions from last season taking on Philadelphia Union, the Supporters Shield champions from last season. Going to be a good one. We love work phone calls during a live stream. Just love that you can never get away. Don't work on a 24-hour line, kids. You never get a break. Okay, looks like we are about to kick off, and Connor has finally made it. There he is, Connor Wright, just in time to kick off.
Yeah, I mean, that was playing the whole time.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Thanks for leaving me here for about 25 minutes, waffling on about literally nothing.
I mean, that's what you're about to do for the next 90 minutes anyway.
Pretty much, but at least I have somebody to waffle with. We are ready to kick off one of the last games of Week 1. MLS Cup champions versus Supporter Shield champions. And I just heard this is the first time this has happened ever in MLS history where this has happened. So that's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Hello, Basir. Thanks for joining in with us and watching the game with us. Do you have any allegiance to this team? Do you want Columbus? You want Philly?
The one team.
The team.
The team.
All right. And here.
What is this on?
Connor, how far behind are you?
I don't know. I don't even have it up yet.
Well, let's go. What are you waiting for?
I just asked you. I said, what is it on? Is it on Fox?
It's on Fox.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up Fox. Probably have to sign in too.
And here we go. Columbus versus Philly, 0-0, and we start. Starting lineups looking very
0-0 at the start. This is the content that people come for.
Interesting starting lineups with Morris out. They've subbed in Kitchen to
What's going on with Nagby? Is he hurt?
I'm telling you, and we're already in. Luis Diaz is in behind the back line, and it's a good save by Andre Blake. 26 seconds in, they've already broken back line of Philly. Oh, this team is going to be so dangerous, man. They're just so good going forward. It's ridiculous.
I know, and this doesn't even feel like it's close to their best lineup.
No, and then they just got in. Pedro Santos just had another opportunity off that throw in. They go in and play it.
There we go.
Yeah, they're back.
I'm in.
Has the game started for you yet?
Yeah, I'm at 22 seconds, so I feel like I'm pretty far behind.
All right, I am at 1 minute and 3, so you're about 40 seconds behind. That's okay.
All right, so when you hear no reaction from me, that's because I'm still trying to catch up.
All right, Basir's in for the Columbus Crew, and I think he's probably got a pretty good shout here. Columbus Crew opening Crew Stadium for the final time before they move out. They are in a they're just in a good position to go and be successful this season. These live streams are going to be more regards to formations, coaching changes, and live reactions. So we'll give a little bit of a breakdown at some point as we go on. But as we were talking about these formations, right, and you lose Aiden Morris, who was such an integral part of the team last year, and you replace him with Perry Kitchen, who is a lot more of a six than what Morris was. Morris had a lot of ability to go forward like that. But you're right. I'm interested that Nagby didn't really get that shout, and less shocked by that, but more so that Kitchen was in front of him. Like if somebody else went in, I think it'd be a different story. But Kitchen being in front of him is interesting to me. I don't think he's hurt. I just don't think.
Well, he's not even in the team at all. He's not on the bench. Not
even the 18.
So something had to have happened. Maybe I can see if I can find it.
Yeah. Service in from the Crew off a free kick, nodded back across, and it falls to Mensah. Lays all the way out to Diaz. They recycle the ball. Turn Zelarayan. Falta, señor. Falta, señor. Oh, well won back by Awful. Man, the Crew are just pressing the hell out of these guys. It is this team's going to score.
Okay.
They're going to be
Nagby is out with hamstring problem that he picked up in CONCACAF.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think he got hurt in this first leg, and then he was out for the second, I believe is what it says.
Uh-huh.
And then he was questionable for today. So with how deep this team is, there's no reason to force him to come back quickly.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, Perry Kitchen's more than serviceable there. Archer does have ability on the ball. Then you're looking at Zelarayan, Diaz, and Santos up front with Zardes in front of them. This whole team is good, and they're taking what Red Bull used to do when Kaku was here. Is they play 4-2-3-1, but as they press that front line, it turns into more of a 4-4-2 or even a 4-2-3-1. But instead of Zardes being the one that presses, it turns into Zelarayan going to press. So when they win high, their first pass goes forward and finds the feet of their most creative player. And that's going to be really important for this team if they're going to continue to be successful, because that's how the pressing system always worked. It was always supposed to be you win the ball, you press to go forward, you win the ball so you can score high up the pitch. And you want your most creative player that high, and that's kind of what they're looking to do here. While Philly are in this 4-4-2 diamond, much like Struber played with RBNY this weekend, with somebody named Flock or Flatch in the midfield, who I have not heard of.
It looks like he's 20-year-old, so he's one of the younger guys. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what Philly does best.
Yeah.
So he'll be in Europe in about 10 games. Or is that too many?
4 minutes. Somebody's already got a bid on him. Well, that's what I was kind of waffling on about when you weren't here. Was the fact that Philly are back, the same starting 11 basically, but still nobody that just is like, wow, this guy is a world beater. Zelarayan still class for anybody who's wondering. But as this game goes on, Connor, did you get to watch anything this weekend, or were you tied up?
Yeah, I don't think I caught a game from start to finish, but I was catching bits and pieces of games. I caught the first 45 from the Houston San Jose game, and I didn't catch any of the Atlanta game. I was looking for it, but it wasn't.
It was
I don't
on
have cable
Twitter.
here.
It was on Twitter, and it was on
like Unimas.
Unimas, yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't on like Fox or ESPN Plus, which is what I have. So I didn't. So I didn't. Not that I missed anything. It was 0-0, pretty boring.
Yeah, boring.
What other games did I catch? I caught the second half of the Seattle game. So I caught all the goals, I'm pretty sure. What else did I catch? Did I catch any games yesterday?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I did. I was certainly following fantasy yesterday.
Yeah, about that. We're not gonna. I thought it was an unwritten rule. We weren't bringing that up yesterday because everybody had a bad day except for somebody.
Yeah, me, who's in first place in our league.
Are you first now? I thought you were second when I checked.
Nope, I'm in first now.
Zelarayan just had a free kick opportunity from about 40 yards out and decided I'm going to pull a Jacob Glesnes here and absolutely rip it, but it went right to Andre Blake. So not the same result.
It typically helps if you have an LAFC goalkeeper in there.
Yeah.
And not Andre Blake, the goalkeeper of the year.
I was coaching this weekend and I didn't get to see a lot of the games because basically I had to drive up there after work. So I missed the Houston San Jose game. Then I had to go get food and then go back to bed so I could get up for an 8 a.m. kickoff. I think it was 8 a.m. kickoff. So the Friday night games I did not see, but I woke up to a very interesting Seattle Minnesota scoreline, which I'm not going to say anything about, except I told you so. But you didn't hear that. Filler breaking here. Montero on the ball, plays it out wide to Flock. Sets it up, but it goes to nobody. And then comes Saturday. I was on the field from 8 a.m. to about 3. I think I got off the field at 3. But I didn't sleep basically at all Friday night. So I went in, I put the Orlando game on, and I fell asleep about 10 minutes into the game, and I didn't wake up until Red Bull. So I watched the Red Bull game. I actually watched Red Bull and NYC side by side, and didn't. I was watching as close as I could, but there's a lot to excuse me. There's a lot to bring out of that. And then I watched the end of the Inter Miami game here. I fell asleep during the first half of that too because I was driving home today. And then now we got this game. So
Yeah, I think
there's
I
a
saw
lot.
I saw bits and pieces in Montreal, Toronto as well.
Oh, I wish I saw that game. That game looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Montreal fan,
Who isn't? We're all on Montreal.
uh,
We're not allowed to be nowhere else.
if you say so.
Oh, that's way too close. So I'm messing around. This is our first time we're using StreamYard, and they've got a whole bunch of different layouts here, but like that's not cool. That's way too uncomfortably close. Connor, can you see the change that I made?
That is really close.
And then you've got
Now I'm really small.
yeah, and then we got this. Say something.
Now I'm gone.
So we're just having fun with it. We're knocking it around.
Now we're back to the really close look. How did you do that?
You get options, right? So I've got these banners here that I can change like what pops up, and then I can go ahead and say, okay, these are the scores that we had this week. So I got the scores on the bottom. It's a really neat platform.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. So 10 minutes in, and there's not much going for Philadelphia. It's been all Columbus the first 10 minutes, but it looks like they're starting to work into the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a new, I don't want to say completely new look, Philly, but they lost a couple of key guys. So it's going to be a new look in terms of filling those two spots from the loss of Mark McKenzie and Brendan Aronson.
Yeah, they got Fontana playing at striker, which is a really interesting one.
He was, I mean, his goals per game rate last season, and I know it's a smaller sample size, but it was really good. I mean, it seems like the guy can score goals pretty well. And he's playing alongside the second best striker in the league.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, that wasn't my choice.
Corner kick. Served in. Interesting. A very interesting free kick to get Jack Elliott up on the ball there. But yeah, so the one thing I've noticed watching this first 10, 15 minutes of Columbus is their transition whenever they win the ball or lose the ball is phenomenal. They lost the ball in the middle of the pitch here about 2-3 minutes ago, and immediately 7 players behind the ball, 3 players making a tackle. And that's the type of stuff that'll win you games, right? You need to be able to, if you lose the ball, you need to get tight, you need to get compact, you need to win that ball. And they've done that very, very well the first 15 or so minutes here. Philly just looked kind of dead. There's not a lot going on here.
Yeah. One thing to note, too, for both of these teams is technically this isn't their first game of the season. You know, they're coming off of playing 2 games in CONCACAF for each of them. So
2 wins in CONCACAF for each of them.
I mean, MLS hasn't lost yet in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, really. Like I said, it's going to be really cool because we have a guaranteed at least one team going to be in the
and that's going to be Atlanta
in the semifinals, right? It's Atlanta versus Philly. Yeah. After what I just watched, sir, that's a foul. Foul on Mr. Santos. So I was watching something about how to defend the 4-4-2 diamond when done correctly. How do you beat it? And this is something I'm going to keep an eye on here. And essentially, it focused on. Actually, I saw the YouTube video up. Funny enough, the Red Bull Salzburg versus Liverpool last year. Jesse Marsh used a 4-4-2 with Holland, Hechan, and Minamino.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just watching here. Hold on. Oh, lay off. Jabilko dings it back stick and off the bar. Oh, man. They almost made something out of nothing there.
I can't wait to watch that in like 5 minutes.
This game feels like something that you are only going to get or Philly are only going to get chances off of set pieces. I think Columbus have too much talent in the center of the park where they're not going to be able to play through. And their wingers are too dangerous where you can't just have your outside back shoot high up the field without fear of leaving them alone. But the way that this should work hypothetically in this system, you should be looking to switch the field as often as you can. She's gonna my puppy's getting real comfortable now. She decided to come up and hang out with me while we were recording, so it's time for her nap. But we're gonna feel like that's probably the better camera shot anyway. But yeah, it's a lot of long balls. It's a lot of let's get the ball high up the field, and try and get lucky almost for Philadelphia, and then it's settled and kept by Columbus, and Columbus play the ball around. So what it should be, and we've already lost Connor. Really cool. Really.
No, just had to shut my camera off for a little bit.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm still here. Provide you with the thrilling audio that I'm like your designated replay guy. So I'll get the replay.
Connor, here's what I'm seeing. First of all, you should get a TV with a cable box. Second of all, you left and we lost 3 viewers. So I'm just saying.
I don't know what to tell you. They're all here to watch me, I guess.
Yeah. But what it needs to be out of so it looks very wide. It looks really, really wide.
So I don't think you ever finished talking about how Salzburg was attacking the 4-1-2-2 diamond.
Oh no, it was more about how they were defending. And
okay.
That's what I'm trying to compare here. Because what Jesse Marsch obviously does is this high press system, and it's basically every Philadelphia in here, running the ball on the right flank and do nothing with it. They literally Columbus have 9 players behind the ball. They just turned it over. Their transition is so good. But essentially what it is Jesse shifts everybody over to the one side of the field and tries to pin them in, cut the other half off. So what it should be is constant switching of the field from whoever is playing against it, right? Like I said, if it's not there going forward, you put your foot on the ball, you go backwards, you switch the field. But Philly's 4-4-2 diamond looks ridiculously wide and flat for a 4-4-2 diamond. I don't know if that was just in transition or what have you, but
Do you get distracted?
Huh?
Did you get distracted?
No. I finished what I was saying. You're just not paying attention.
No. I thought maybe it cut off for me.
Oh, I might have. I'm just trying to figure out what this shape is. Man, if Zelleraion had a bit more physicality about him, this dude would be unstoppable. But he is very easy to push off the ball. Huh.
When's the next I
believe it's next
week.
I thought it was next week. But here's the thing, right? Now Columbus are dropping into this really deep block and making it extremely difficult for them to break their lines and find their strikers. So they're trying to play through the wings, but they're having a lot of trouble getting these chances going because there's so many numbers back. Because even if you do service, you got Williams and you got Mensa ready to win the ball in the air, and you're not. I mean, Jabilko is probably your best bet, but you got a corner kick here. Speaking of Jabilko, good save. Eloy Room and punches away on the second. So remember that thing I was telling you about where you have Jonathan Mensah and Williams ready to win a header? Well, they just let Kasper Jabilko get a free header on the 6-yard box. So what do I know? Great service. Oh, my goodness. I have no idea how you can leave the tallest player with the weirdest last name that much unmarked. But it's
Is he the tallest? Is he taller than Jack Elliott and Jacob Glasses?
No, probably not. But Room did really well to get down to his left and punch that ball away, which is cool. And then get up again.
Do you feel as though Jabilko should have done more there with that?
Yeah. I mean, if you're that unmarked, you need to find a corner at least.
Especially for a guy that's that big too. I mean, like
one of his best qualities is aerial ability, and he just Well, that's what I felt about Tom Barlow in the Red Bull game. And I know this isn't a Red Bull stream, but my goodness, Tom Barlow, the only thing he does is bring in aerial ability, and he lost like 9 headers. Oh, handball shout. Handball shout. VAR, where you at? Okay, so here's this diamond shape. It turns more into a they stretch when they go forward, way to break the line. So Montero's playing the top of that diamond, and when they get the ball, those two wider center mids turn into wide players. And that is a very interesting strategy because if you lose the ball, now you're literally 1v4 in the midfield because your other midfielders are so wide. And hit it, Jamero. Oh, on frame, son. The ball gets served in by Mbazio, and Mensah fails a clearance. And it falls to Montero, and he put it into row D. Oh, that's so poor, Jamero. Put your knee over the ball. That's poor. So, that's really interesting. As they go forward, so that's probably why you're seeing Columbus drop back, is because they want to turn the ball over after those midfielders get wide, right? You take those midfielders, you spread them wide, you push them high, and then here it is right here. Turnover, and now we go. Diaz is in, Zelleray on, and it's counter. Now we're 4v3 going forward. This is very good. This is very good for Columbus. Yeah, so now you're going to rely on Kai Wagner and Mbazio really being really, really solid 1v1 defenders, which is going to be very interesting because I think Wagner does, but I'm not sure Mbazio does. I haven't tried it down on his side, but this is a very interesting matchup here. And you got Ale Bedoya playing one of the other wide midfielder roles, which is just interesting because he's always been a central player, so that wide spot's going to be weird for him.
Do you feel as though for Philly, if you have someone like Martinez, do you tell him before the game, hey, your job is to make sure that Zelleray has no space to breathe?
Yeah, that's
is your job just to focus on him?
Good tackle. Glesnes came in and just halved Pedro Santos. Obligatory Mets win comment in the live stream.
Something, Marcus Stroman for the Cy Young, something.
I didn't watch the end of the game. I was getting laundry and stuff and preparing for something to be here on time. But I'm getting these updates saying they got a tag out for the win, which is pretty sick. Ooh, curler. Little throw-in play there. He lays off to Pedro Santos, who goes to swerve the ball and just misses the top corner there. But yeah, this is if I'm in Columbus's shoes here, you're pressing Q. The what you want to use to say, okay, I'm going to go press here needs to be when the ball goes into from center defensive mid, the Martinez into whoever's going forward. The second that ball gets played, I want to press and I want to make a turnover as soon as I can, because then everybody's out of position. We can counter. And there you go, right there. Now they're 4v3 going forward. You got a trailer coming. Oh, go through to Zardes if we can. Falta,
Yeah,
senor.
definitely go to Zardes. I want more fantasy points.
Oh, penalty shout maybe? Referee's checking on VAR. So the ball gets played in over the top. Diaz gets underneath Jack Elliott, and Jack Elliott kind of falls on him. I have to think.
Ooh, that's a bad pass by Elliott.
Oh yeah. Let's ask the people. Would you have given a penalty there?
Ooh. I don't know.
I think VAR got that one right. I'm not too upset they didn't call that there, but I wouldn't have been shocked. That's what I'll say.
Let me see it. I want to see it again.
Yeah. And they go no turnover.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have given it.
Cool.
It would have felt pretty harsh to give it, I feel.
So am I just gonna? Are you at least gonna put like a profile picture or something so we can laugh at safety first, Connor? Or are you just gonna be dark?
I don't have that picture. Do you want to send it to me?
Yeah, you definitely have that picture. We've sent it to you 9
Not
times.
on my computer.
Yeah. Are you just gonna be a dark screen for the rest of the day?
I might have it on Facebook. I'll see if I can find it and then I'll make it my thing.
So out of these scores, we got the scores.
Actually, I can.
We got the scores. There you go. That's better. We don't need safety first, Connor. We need real Connor.
I'll look it up for if I have to turn my camera off again.
For the next time.
Yeah.
So out of these scores that are scrolling along the bottom, which one shocks you the most? Which one are you happy with? You know?
Shocks me the most, probably Seattle scoreline. Not surprising that Seattle won. It wouldn't surprise me if either team had won the game. Just the scoreline itself is surprising to me. I really just didn't expect them to come out, without Jordan Morris in a new formation and then just beat down on Minnesota like that.
Well, I agree, but I'm also want to just put my hat on or hang my hat up saying that I called the 5-3-2 formation. Oh, that's a bad turnover, and Philly are going to counter. That's a yellow card if we can. Go forward quickly. Go on, Jamero. Oh, this is a ugly scramble. Win the ball again. And play. And can we serve? Oh, that's so poor. So it's just sliding Philadelphia players all over the place. I don't even know what to do. I can't even commentate over it. That's how bad it was. And then they go out. But basically there was a turnover by Artur, and then they go to play through Montero. Montero has 3 options to pass. He tries to dribble through 4 players and then gives it up. If they put one more underweighted cross through the box, I'm going to scream. Oh, shot deflected off. Who peeled off there? Was that Fleck? No, it's Fontana. Fontana peels off the top of the box, puts a shot in, and gets blocked for a corner.
Yeah, I see the point where Artur lost the ball, but I think that all starts from when JJ Williams passed it straight to Philly. I mean,
we're gonna.
I know that.
Which Williams was it?
Thought it was. No, wait, is that the wrong one?
Yeah, you're thinking of Atlanta United year 1 JJ Williams. This is Josh Williams, who's been there for 9 years and is still not.
Maybe his middle name is
somehow Josh Williams. Somehow Josh Williams has an MLS Cup, and BWP doesn't. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so the results that I was most excited about this weekend, probably FCC.
Oh, yeah, big hype on the FCC train. I thought they were going to get 3.
I didn't get to catch the game, but
Oh, hold on. Mid-game interview for the coaches on the sideline. This is what we live for.
I heard they, I think you didn't catch the game, and I didn't see this part either, but I heard that they maybe interviewed Bob Bradley after he accidentally subbed off Carlos Vela.
Oh, my God. I didn't
If
see
they
it.
did,
I
I
was
need to find
asleep.
it.
So that would have been awesome. No, so and I kind of asked hoping you would say that, but
Yeah, I figured you wanted me to say that.
because I'm sitting here at a tournament in Cincinnati, and I walk up and I go to a referee, and we're just talking. He's like, "Oh, I got to have you move your bags down this way, whatever." And I'm just making small talk. All right, hey buddy, like how you doing? Like how many games you got and whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I only got one more." I go, "Oh, nice short day." He goes, "Yeah, I've been a Columbus Crew season ticket holder for 10 years. I'm going to the game today." I'm like, "No, no damn." I was wearing my Red Bull hat. I go, "Yeah, I'm a Metro guy for 10 years too. I own season tickets, but I feel you, man. Like that's really cool." I go, "Didn't want to go to the Cincinnati train?" He goes, "Absolutely not. Columbus till I die." And I'm like, "Oh man, like somebody who's actually into it." And back stick to Fleck or Flock, like up the loons, Flock, underweighted cross, hook to my
You're
veins.
gonna scream.
I might.
All right, let me know if
And
you're going to.
combine. Yes, well done. Get to the back stick. So this is where Philly get dangerous, right? The buildup into the attacking third has been a little bit poor, but when they turn the ball over in midfield and can start to win the ball higher, their combination play in there is very, very good. But it's a buildup coming from the back to the front that needs a little bit of work. What a ball, Jack Elliott!
Oh, nice. I got it.
Safety first Connor has made an appearance. We love it. Jack Elliott just hit a 60-yard bomb. Underweighted cross. Yes! Keep doing it. It works every time. Man, if I was the coach of this team, I would be screaming.
You're not the coach of the team, and you're still screaming.
Correct. I'd be screaming louder, though.
Okay.
So, so I was talking about this guy Columbus, right? So I made this joke. Oh, you don't want to do the
Cincy.
the Cincinnati train. He goes, "Oh no, not for me. I'm down. Columbus till I die, whatever." And as I'm walking off the field, one of the I couldn't tell if it was a dad on our side or a dad on the other side, but he's wearing an FCC T-shirt, and I'm like, "Oh, so you're on the other side?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Oh, how's your how do you feel about the result last night?" Thinking it was. And he goes, "No, man, like I'm real happy. They could have scored 2 goals and lost 4-2. I would have been happy. Like after the last 2 years, we've been, up and down, whatever." And then I tell he sees my Red Bull hat, and he turns, he goes, "Has Amaya started yet?" I'm like, I had 2 meaningful MLS conversations at a tournament in Cincinnati, which is more than I've had outside of like this in years.
So does that mean you're moving to Cincinnati?
No, screw Cincinnati. That place is awful. They've got like their own version of the GW Bridge, like 2 levels, 0 signage, like awful. But it's not nearly as long. But no, so the good tackle, good tracking tackle. Ale, well done. Oh no, that's Flock. So this is what I don't get, right? So Flock's supposed to be playing his left mid or left center mid or whatever, and he just made a tackle on the right sideline. So I'm not quite sure.
Maybe it's just like some kind of rotation between all 4 guys in the middle. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a very intuitive system, right? So you have to be aware at all times of where players are. Like Martinez is going to start making this run straight up the middle of the field. Flock's got a hold, or Ale's got a hold. Whereas if you start going Martinez needs to know not to go, otherwise you're going to get caught in counter, right? But anyways, I put out a tweet earlier about the whole interaction I had, and made the comment that 5 years ago I was at the Comac Memorial Day tournament, and some dude was wearing a David Villa NYC off the bar. Oh my goodness, Lucas Zelarayan with an absolute firecracker. Up and down from 25 yards out, hits the top of the bar and just out for a goal kick. My goodness. What a hit. Oh, man, that would have been so sweet. 5 years ago, I'm at Comac Memorial Day tournament. Some dude's wearing a David Villa NYC shirt. And I was like, I made some comment about the 7-0 game because it was right after that had happened. And he goes, yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about. Oh,
that was a really nice shot.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. I kind of just got this because a friend of mine watches it or something. So within 5, it's quite clear that we're growing the game, right? The game is growing. Great feet coming outside up, ready to go.
I think the game will grow exponentially if the U.S. can make the World Cup and have like a decent showing there, and then that'll get people, more interested here in the sport. And then you once you're interested in the sport, you're like, okay, who's my local team? This is a team I can support.
Well, and actually, that's I had that conversation the other day where one of my former teammates, we were having conversations, and have a touch. Can we serve? Touch and serve, Flocky. Flocky, serve the ball.
Flocky? Is that his nickname now?
Serve the ball. He sat there and just let Harrison Awful just clean him out. He had this conversation. He lives in Charlotte now, and he goes, we were talking something about MLS, and we were just he was always this guy who was against it. He was one of those guys who's like, oh, MLS is awful, and there's no reason I would watch it. But he goes, yeah, with me being in Charlotte, I'm going to go all in on Charlotte FC when they come in. But right now, I'm like, I'll watch Austin because of Matthew McConaughey. I'm like, dude, whatever you want to do, but like, keep an eye on him. And I was like, yeah, but don't look to get season tickets, bro. They're more expensive than Man United. And he goes, yeah, some of my buddies bought them already, and they are through the roof. I go, I know it's kind of ridiculous, but that's exactly what it is. Expansion is good, but they have to put a good team on the field. They need to be able to come out and perform, because if Charlotte goes out and goes FCC level of bad with the prices that they put out for season tickets,
they'll be a ghost town.
They're going to be a ghost team. Yeah, you're going to have – oh, yes, he's through. Falta, senor. He's giving it – penalty. He's giving a penalty.
Hold on. I'll catch up eventually.
So, while Connor catches up, the ball gets played over the top to Pedro Santos. Pedro Santos gets in behind, and Glesnes goes to win the ball, is late, knocks Pedro Santos to the ground. But I think that if it is a foul, he's knocked it outside the box. So it's a full field switch. So this is what we're talking about, right? The 4-4-2. Everybody shifted over to one side. Big full field switch. Oh, yeah, that's outside the box for sure. Ball gets played over the top to Valenzuela. Pedro Santos heads the ball on, and Glesnes fouls him right outside the box. It's not a penalty. VAR will call it back. But this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, right? With the 4-4-2, they're shifted over to one side. They're trying to pin this ball in. Harrison Alfa just goes, see ya, full field switch, hits it to Valenzuela. Valenzuela, one touch into Santos, and they're in on goal. That's how easy it is. And it needs to be more of that from Philly. Philly's been too much sit back, let's win the ball, and go. It's too much. Simple, switch the field, then go. Is he still giving a penalty for this? There's no way he's giving a penalty for this. All right, he's going to VAR. VAR is going to overturn. It's going to be a free kick.
Don't get too ahead of yourself.
Man, if they don't, I'm going to lose. I mean, I won't lose my mind. I have nothing in this game. This game means nothing to me. Red Bull are finishing 10th in the league anyway, or in the conference anyway. So it doesn't matter. But this would be big if they still give this a penalty, and they look at this and it's not even inside the D at the top of the box. It's outside of that. the foul just continued into the box. So, yeah, they have to overturn this. But again, that's what it's saying, right? If you're playing this 4-4-2 diamond and everybody's shifted over to this one side, all it takes is one full one. It doesn't need to be like you don't even need to look at it. Just hit a blind full field switch and you're in. How is this taking so long?
Maybe they're trying to figure out the spot.
It's still not even that hard. You just put it at the top of the D and say play. All right.
I agree with you, though. I don't think this should be a penalty.
Referee comes out and he calls free kick. Good. What do you guys think? Anybody? We got 5 people watching right now. What do you guys think? And it's a yellow card for Glesner. It's probably the right decision. But you give a penalty kick or a free kick there? What are we saying?
It's got to be a free kick.
And Caleb Porter saying it's got to be a red card. I disagree. I don't think that's a red card. I think he's trying to play the ball, and I also don't think that he's denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Or the angle of which he was going towards the goal, I don't think that's a red card. I mean, Caleb Porter's asking a little bit too much there. I think that's the right decision. And now Lucas Elrond's going to step in and curl this thing top ins, no problem. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he wants the red card here.
I don't see red. I think Caleb Porter knows that's not a red card. I think he's just yelling to yell. But
yeah, maybe it helps his team if he gets sent off. So I mean, of course, he's going to make the shout for it.
Sure, this is almost too close for a shot. And they're doing the lay down behind the wall. 5-man wall with is that Fontana laying down behind him? 6-man wall now with a Columbus player on it. Why are we not laying this off? Zelleround goes for it right into the arms of Andre Blake, and it's held. All right. So we're still at 0-0, about 41 minutes into the game, entering the 42nd minute. It's really cool to see fans back in the stadium, by the way. I know it's not full capacity or anything, but it's really cool to watch supporters again.
I mean, it makes the game so much better. I mean, I can tell you firsthand as an Atlanta fan, even though I've never been there in person, just watching the games when that stadium is packed, it's you can't match that.
I thought you were about to say I know firsthand as a tennis player that having people at a match make things all better, and I was about to die.
I mean, fans there make it better too, but fans at any sporting event is going to be better.
I don't know if I went out to a tennis match once. I didn't stay for long because I didn't know what to do.
A professional match?
You couldn't really cheer.
You can cheer. You just can't cheer during the point.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, why?
Because it's distracting.
So what? Baseball players have to hit a 90-mile-an-hour moving curveball, and there's like thousands of fans screaming.
And tennis players have to hit 120-mile-an-hour serve back.
Sure, but it comes right at you.
No, it doesn't.
Just put your thing down. Put your
thing down.
Stick. Put your boomstick down.
Your boomstick?
Yeah. Connor, remember when we played tennis and I beat you?
You did, but I remember playing. We'll have to play again if you ever come back to New York.
Connor, I hit so many more home runs than you.
You probably did. You're right.
Literally went out of the park. It's a good switch to Awful
you
there.
You literally sent them to the baseball field is what you did.
Awful ripping out the touch and go snake there. I like that.
Do you feel as though Awful's position is a bit more up for grabs this year? Do you think Derek has a chance to get in at that right back spot?
No.
Or do you think they were just doing that to give him some rest?
They're just giving him some rest. It's going to be a busy season for Columbus. They got a lot going on. But that Derek Etienne is not a right back. I mean, he's serviceable, to use a certain podcast host term.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Oh, hazard
Hey,
touch.
listen, Mr. Serviceable got no goals in the first game.
Mr. Serviceable played for like 17 minutes and got hurt.
Listen, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. How bad of an injury was it? Did you
I
see
don't
it or
know.
no?
I fell asleep like 2 minutes into that game. That was when I came back from the game that I was coaching, and I switched I switched on the game, and literally I woke up and it was over. Oh, it's a great ball. Diaz is in. Well done, Blake. Quick off his line, and Grace is ready to go.
He's ready for halftime.
Yeah, she's like, I want to go get some squash. Shake. Bye. Big stretch, Grace. Okay. Serve. Safety first, Connor. $4 minutes of stoppage time to close out this first half. Not quite sure why. But no, yeah, I guess the VAR review is probably a good call. But yeah, see, straight ball to straight run up the same lane, and it's a turnover. And Philly just can't deal with it. But again, they're all shifted to one side, and they won't switch the field. Connor, where did you go? Why am I looking at safety first, Connor? I have to agree with the pundits there. I think Philadelphia will be happier with this scoreline going into half. You have to think Columbus have had the better of the opportunities. Oh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Philly started a little bit slower, I think, or Columbus maybe more so came out hot. But I feel as though as the game's progressed, Philly's been controlling the ball a little bit more. I've been seeing the ball a little bit more in Columbus's half.
Well, that's because you showed up late.
That's true. I did show up. No, I didn't show up late.
No, you didn't show up. I'm just messing with you. No, it's
actually, you had me there for a second. I did think I should.
And Grace is barking again. Yes, a non-over-hit ball or a non-under-hit ball. I love it. Grace May, it is just a squirrel. Relax.
She's yelling about underhit balls.
That's true. She's upset as well.
As she should be.
No, I think Columbus have had the better. They started off better, but I think Philly worked their way into the game. But again, Philly need to win the ball higher up the pitch if they want some success. Oh, they call him a foul there? That's weird. That's a really weird foul call. They need to get the ball higher up the field if they want to be successful. Their build up from the back has been a little poor. But when they win the ball in that right to the transition to the attacking third, they've been a lot more successful. Yeah. So if I'm from Harden, that's what I'm going to push. Service from Kai Wagner here in the last minute of stoppage time. Serves it, back stick, over the bar. Yeah, so you're gonna get free kick opportunities, and you're gonna get counterattack turnovers. Philadelphia are not going to control this game much. Now, in attack, it's a little bit different. Fontana's turning into almost like a false nine. He's playing as a target guy, but he's one of two. And then Jabilko goes all the way to the far side. So you're setting up a switch of play, but they continue to drive down the same lane every time.
it's a bit weird to see Fontana as the oh no, never mind. You said false nine. I don't know why I thought you said target man. I was like,
Well, he's playing as a dual number 9, but instead of being the guy who runs in behind, which is what you would expect him to be,
mhm.
he's kind of letting the play run through and then playing in between the two lines, right? You know what? I need to get the whiteboard so we can start drawing things while we. That's what we need. But no, it turns into a lot of um, the back line will drop off at, and that is halftime as we continue to describe this 0-0. Columbus is the better of the play, the best chance coming out of Zeller Rayon. But Philly did have their opportunities as well through Mr. Jabilko on the unmarked header, leaving a lot to play for in the second half. But as we were saying, right, so your back line drops off this fast. He's dropping off this fast. So he's giving himself a little bit of space to play in between the lines. It's just a little bit weird. I know he's a number 10, but basically he's taking away. If he was playing in that spot, he'd have somebody to play to. But because he keeps going up the same lane, the player he wants to play to is himself. So he's taking that away as he plays in, which I don't mind, but it needs to be a check back, win the ball, and switch the field because there's no help where he's going. But that's halftime, so I'm gonna get a drink of water.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out food for dinner, so I'll be
Dinner.
back.
Who eats dinner? All right, we will return at the start of second half. Yeah, the whiteboard is back.
I'm loving the NASCAR ad publicity.
I didn't realize the Mets won on a caught stealing.
Man, what's it like to throw out caught steals?
Well, that's what I mean. You put Wilson Ramos back there, that dude probably goes to third by the time the ball gets to second. McCann's got a gun. He's got a straight gun. Yo, Jake Lampert's really funny. Have you
seen? Yeah, have you seen this thing? Chelsea just issued a statement 30 minutes ago
about the Super League?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, so that was going to be my question for you. But before we go to that, let me talk about Chicharito Hernandez. How we feel about the man dropping a brace in this LAFC game?
It's a good start. Definitely gives the LA fans something to be excited about for him, but at the same time, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because this is Inter Miami. So I want to see that more consistently, and then I'll be excited for him. But
I completely agree.
Yeah, but still, good start. That's what you want to see from him, regardless of who he's like. If he's doesn't matter if he's playing a bad team, you still want him to beat up on the bad teams, you know. So good stuff.
Well, he'll get another chance to do that next Sunday when he plays Red Bull. So don't you worry.
No, Aaron Long's going to keep him in his back pocket.
I wish. So, Super League. 3 teams from Spain.
Catch me up on it.
3 teams from Spain, 3 teams from Italy, and 6 teams from England all agree to play a midweek tournament called the Super League. Grace, may I get out of the garbage?
Yeah,
Super League.
So the teams are AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham.
Tell me how Arsenal and Tottenham got an invite to this thing.
Because they're like the big 6, quote unquote.
That's dumb. Everton should be in this. We're big. We're bigger than them.
I mean, Leicester should be in this instead of like Arsenal.
What?
Arsenal's mid-table. Leicester's been in the top 5 at least 2 seasons in a row.
Correct. We are back for the second half, by the way.
I'm not. Give me a minute, I'll be there. So one chance I think that we forgot about, right at the start of the game, Luis Diaz forced a nice save at Andre Blake.
Correct. Yeah, right. We talked about that. The starting the half. Yeah, you probably still weren't watching at that point.
No, I was. Sorry.
Safety first, Connor. Always safety first, Connor. So it'll be interesting to see how they start this this second half, because Philly built into the end of the first half, but Columbus had the better of the play. So I'm not necessarily sure any team wants to change anything. I think they want to have Martinez be a little bit more central and demanding on the Philly side, because he's kind of been all over the place and they've been caught out a few times. The defensive positional skill has been lacking a little bit for me. But other than that, there's not much I would change on either side, really. So I've got the whiteboard also, by the way. So we are ready to take notes and draw diagrams if needed. See if I got the right pen here. I do. It's my good pen. Falta. Oh. Diaz gives a little stomp on the back of Wagner's leg. Ref gonna do something? What's he gonna do?
Is he looking at it?
Oh, that looked not great at all. I don't think it was intentional by any means, but
Hi.
Hi. I don't think he makes intentional contact, but they're back. They're playing again. So Flock with the foul there. You can tell Philly. Hello to all of our new viewers. You can tell Philly is playing with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more physicality throughout the game as we start the second half. But there's no real tactical awareness about it. It's more just let's run after the ball and hit somebody, and that is interesting. After what they were doing, kind of really well in the half was pressing, winning the ball high, and then possessing to go forward. So it's something to keep an eye on in terms of it looks like they're trying to win the ball a little bit higher up the pitch, but there's no tactical awareness about it. Oh, deflection off of Zardes, but it's saved well by Blake. That was really good, wasn't it, Connor? Yeah, really cool. Good. Excuse me. So it'll be interesting to see if Philadelphia start getting a little bit more shape to their press, or if they're all just going to run and hit until they can find a little flick on like they do here. Oh, ball gets flicked on, and Fontana runs on, gives a little toe poke to it, nearly gets by Room. So that's what, again, the quick counters, quick flicks on. That's how Philly's going to be successful in this game. Oh, it's a rip. It's a good save. It's a good hit by Flock to start off Philly's attack here. A good rip from about 18, maybe 20 yards out off the left peg. He's a left-footed center mid here. You like to see that. Right into Room's arms. He fumbles it a little bit, and then he jumps right on top of it. Philly coming out with a little bit of heat here. Wouldn't you agree, Connor? Yeah, me too. I agree. Is it the top co-host here? Fuera. Yep. Zardes coming in a little bit deeper to win that ball there. That's something to keep an eye on. It seems like they have so much ability in the center of midfield already. They don't need him to drop that deep. But he's turning into a bit of a playmaker, which is interesting. It'll be what I'm going to look for now is how Zelleround plays off of him. Zelleround's going to go in behind after we win the after Zardes comes in to win the ball, or if he kind of stays back and acts as a second midfielder there. See, because there's your issue, right? Is he was checking so far back they tried to play through and it goes straight through the keeper. He's not high enough. Yeah, you've got a number mismatch in the middle of the park there, where Columbus are numbers up in the midfield at all times. So Philly are having trouble possessing through, and you're looking to just kind of play long, win a flick down, and switch the field as they just done there. It is, and then they build through. But trying to build out from the back, and this is what we're talking about in the first half, is they were struggling because there's a numbers disadvantage there. They're always outnumbered at least 5-3, it looks like, maybe 5-4, depending on how deep that center attacking mid is coming through. And that is something that they haven't figured out yet, which is why they're going a little bit longer. We can draw it on the board, yes. So you've got your 5 for Columbus. You've got your 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So it's usually you can't even see the blue. That sucks. We'll just go retro. Oh, look who decided to come back. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I had to figure out dinner.
Yeah. You can figure it out when the game's over, right? So if we're doing X's and O's here in the middle third of your park. Go this way. Right, middle third of your park. You're always down when they're playing a 4-2-3-1, where this is your Columbus and these guys are your Phillies. You're always numbers down in the middle of this park because of just the formational shape, especially if, say, we're going this way if Philly's going that way, this is your Cam. If he's hanging up a little bit higher, and this guy's still trying to get into the play, so he's farther back, you're playing 5v2 in the middle of the park. That's why they haven't been able to build up yet. So they're still playing along to try and find their 2 strikers to hold up and switch the field out through this guy. So that is kind of the way they've been playing, simply just because it's a numbers disadvantage, right? And that is something to keep an eye on, because I think that's a little bit more than just play off it, but we'll see when it comes to maybe about the 60th minute if they've got something more to give, a formational change maybe. Paxton Aronson coming in for maybe Fontana go to a similar formation, a 4-2-3-1. See if you can get numbers to even out in there and change your play style. Just things to keep an eye on. Oh, Perry Kitchen catching Mbazio with an elbow. Or Mbaizo. And he's down. His head's not feeling it. Referee says he didn't see that. VAR evidently hasn't either. That's cool.
Didn't see what?
The elbow to the head. So, and then here it is, right? You play long, you hope for a foul, and now you've got a free kick, a set piece opportunity to try and play Jabilko in, to try and play Elliott in, to try and play Glesnes in. Ping the ball. Go ahead. Oh, go up for it, Jacob. And now you're countered. Diaz versus Wagner. Wagner's got no problem with that. Oh! Diaz taking a little cheap shot down at Wagner towards the end there. Game's getting a little chippy. I like it. Yep, go long, win the second ball, and then we play. Yes, sir. Swing the ball. Yes. And we can go forward. And that's a foul again. Oh, Diaz is getting a little heated, man. Diaz is going to see yellow here. This is a few times now where he's had a little bit of afters after a challenge here. He's going to see yellow, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get taken off here in the 60th minute. He's been good, but he's about to lose his head, and this team is too deep to worry about that type of stuff.
So who do you replace him with if you take
Derek?
him off?
You take Derek. You could put Matan can probably play out there. Yeah. See, he gets tangled up in there. The legs get tangled. It's no big deal. And then Flock trying to kind of just push him off. They kind of got caught together. He turns around and just shoves him straight to the ground. There's no need for that. And he'll probably get taken off for that. So now you've got a free kick in a dangerous area. You've got your big guys up. Wagner on the ball. It's an outswinging free kick. Try and find the heads of your big guys here. Curls it in. Back stick for, Flock. Jack Elliott gets his head on the ball, goes over the bar, and that's another wasted free kick opportunity for Philly. If Philly's going to play this system where they're going to go long and try and win second balls, it's not going to work every time. They need to capitalize on these free kick opportunities, and they just are letting them kind of go to waste here. Columbus going to try and build out the back. Oh, it's another sideline interview. Basically, they asked him what he needs to do to be better, and everything I just said is what he said. So, Columbus, whenever you're tired of him, I'm waiting for my call. There's not enough switching of the play to beat this 4-4-2 diamond. The play is too direct. Kitchen and Artur are not doing enough. It's a layoff. It's a great save, Andre Blake. Ball gets squared across to Luis Diaz, who hits it on his left peg, but it's just right down the throat of the goal, and Blake parries away. That's really, really nicely done. But again, this is it. There's a lot of ball watching in this formation here because you're not quite sure who needs to go when. But Pedro Santos squares the ball up to Luis Diaz, who gets a really good contact on it. Just good positioning from Andre Blake to knock it away. But yeah, so that's what Caleb Porter's saying, right? They need to switch the field. They need to stop going so direct. But they've dealt with Philly being so direct pretty well. They've dealt with the first and second balls. Mensah's been really good. Artur's collected a lot of them. Zardes is coming really deep to try and find this ball now. He was just talking about Zardes not having a lot to do. He's coming super duper deep to try and get the ball and get involved.
I'm a little surprised they haven't gotten Zellaround a bit more involved.
Yeah. I think it's almost a fact of or it's almost a cause of Zardes coming so deep that Zellaround is now the highest player.
Right. Yeah, that's I guess why I'm a little surprised. Like I almost feel like the guy that should be getting the ball from the defense in the midfield should be someone like Zelarayan as opposed to Zardes.
Right, and
Not
that's
that
what
Zardes can't do it.
right, but there's no need to if you got somebody like Zeller on there. If you had somebody like
Right.
like me, then yeah, definitely check back. I'll go as high as you want me to. You go play.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not enough switching of the play. It's very direct. It's very same channel, same lane. Oh, that's not good. It's a yellow for Montero, and then there are some afters on Perry. Of course, Perry Kitchen is in on the afters. You love to see that. Perry Kitchen got hit late. Montero gets the yellow. Kitchen goes up, gives him a shove. Jose Martinez is in there giving him a shove. Really, really good stuff there. You love to see it. You love to see it. I love it. I didn't even say anything. He just went up and just gave him a huge shove. And then Martinez is in a little bit later as well. And then, like I said, if I'm getting into it there and the next person I see after I shove somebody is Jonathan Mensah, I'm running the other way. Like, that is not something I want to do. Sergio Santos entering for Anthony Fontana. All right.
Kind of expected to see a little bit more from Fontana today, but still, nonetheless, he's still young. Still have a whole season ahead of us. Can't really ride anything too much on game one.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's playing in an unfamiliar position. I think he's more of a midfielder than a striker. He's better at linking up the play and scoring at the top of the box than he is getting in on the end of crosses or stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody like Ale out next game. Jamero dropped in as an 8, and then him playing at a 10 with Santos up top. Oh, Kitchen just gave him the hard body, and now they counter. Santos takes a rip from 35, 40 yards out again, right into the arms of Blake. They're getting their chances, but they're not quality chances. They're just trying to hit the ball on frame, I guess. But you're not beating Andre Blake from 35 yards out. It's you need to be a little bit better than that, a little bit more creative, my friend.
Is this a little bit of, you think, maybe early season congestion fatigue? Like, did the team seem a little slow, maybe because they were playing CONCACAF midweek?
No, I think this is two really well coached teams that are.
Kitchen really did just shove him. It seemed like.
Are you that far behind?
I guess so. Yeah, maybe I'll try to.
Yeah, try and refresh because.
Yeah, see if it speeds it up a little bit.
Yeah, because Kitchen just went up for a header and caught Jabilko with an elbow, and I think he saw yellow.
I mean, Kitchen hit someone else in the head too.
Kitchen did see yellow for persistent infringement. I like this little banner system, man. I think it's really cool. Service in to find Glesnes' head. Nods it back across. It falls to off the post. Who hit that? Was that Ale? Ale Bedoya with a left-footed curler right off the post off of a really neat set play. Float that ball to the back stick. Find Glesnes' head. Nod it back across. Ale peels off. Hits it with his left boot. And right off the post. Oh, find his feet, Ale. And Ale knows it too. He's like, all right, we got tempo now. Let's play. Yeah, this is really good here. Nods it back, and Ale's the first one to react. Nods it up. Oh, I think Room got a hand to it.
You
Oh
know
no,
what? I
he
feel like
didn't.
I saw them try to run something similar earlier in the
Earlier in
game
the
where,
game.
yeah, they kind of like hit it a bit out wide to someone who maybe has a bit more space and then play it, like head it back across into the middle. And I think before they hit it a little short and it didn't work, but I mean it worked clearly when you hit it the ball right and you get it to the guy that's out wide and he can hit it back across into the box. I mean it got them that opportunity there. So
Correct, and
it
that's
seems like
the
it seems like the coach like it seems like they have a good idea of taking advantage of the set pieces. It's like about can the guys on the field perform the set pieces.
correct. It's a really good look. It just needs to be done correctly. Derek Etienne Jr. has entered the game for Columbus, for Luis Diaz, as we said before. Um, no shock there, especially with the yellow card coming in. And Josh Williams with another foul. They try to go long. Josh Williams gets a little bit too excited, tries to go over the top of Sergio Santos and gets called for the foul.
I don't think the refresh did much for me here. Columbus still has the ball
Where are
on
you
my
at?
screen.
Where are you at?
65-18.
Oh, no, you're good. You're back to 40 seconds behind. See, and this is the thing I don't get. If you're going to get these free kick opportunities and that's the way you want to play, fine. But don't just kick it straight where the goalkeeper can get it. You got to go wide and back in. This isn't little kid soccer. Perry Kitchen with another foul. This man's got to be careful.
Careful is not in his dictionary.
No, I know, but Perry Kitchen, he might have thrown an elbow there. Man, they're going to have to go put somebody else who can play in there. So Perry Kitchen, I think that's a little bit sold by Montero. He was just pulling and dragging, but I don't think there's anything in that. And that's what he's telling you. Perry, you got one more and you're done.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I don't know exactly how Philly lines up on. Sorry, Columbus. I don't know how Columbus lines up on defending free kicks, but just assuming that they keep the back line, in their typical shape. So like, left back, two center back to right back across. It definitely makes sense for Philly to attack out wide because Valenzuela and Affel are pretty small. I mean, they're both 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
So that's an opportunity for you to get some of your maybe bigger guys out there to like win those headers across and then hit them back into the box, like kind of how they were doing before.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense that they're trying that.
correct. And the first one that they did there looked good. It looked like there was a plan, but they stepped up to this next one. It was just okay. I'm just gonna kick it and hope somebody gets on the end of it, which isn't how you want to do that. If you're gonna play the ball, play it. If you're gonna play the system where you're hoping that you're getting fouls, you're hoping you're getting set piece opportunities, you're playing direct, you're hoping to pick up the second balls. You need to have an idea of what you're doing as you go on. You can't just hit it and hope. And you especially can't hit it straight. You can't hit it straight to a guy running straight. So one of the biggest things I learned when I was in college, never hit a straight ball to a straight run in the same lane. Right? So there, if you look at the field, you've got back to the board.
Here we go. The whiteboard.
Right? So if this is your goal, right? Here's your corner flag. So that is completely angled, but you've got like a whole bunch of these lanes, right? Down the middle of the field, something like that. If you let's change this so it actually sees it. Cool. So if you're looking at this and you've got the ball here in this lane and your target is right here, you never want to play this ball because most of the time somebody's either going to step in front of it or it's going to run past him and then this guy's going to get it. It's never a good ball. You always want to cross your lane and then let them make a decision. Now they can go here and that's a little bit better. They can continue the switch. They can go full field. They can do a lot of different things, but the straight ball to a straight run is never something you want to just work into your game. It is not a good idea like 97% of the time. And that is what I am seeing a lot of here, is there's not a lot of switching. And called offside. Okay. There's not a lot of switching. That's what Mr. Caleb Porter was saying before, right? He's not let's read
something I kind of noticed from watching.
Oh, Zardes is in. Oh, poor first touch. What a shock. Zardes let it go.
Hold on. I think I'm about to see it too. Oh, no, never mind. I don't know who that was. Was that Santos? Okay. Anyway, one thing I've kind of noticed from watching MLS versus like the Premier League, let's say, there's it seems like MLS is very more risk taking.
Sure.
Wow, that was pretty bad by Zardes. I feel as though like the Premier League teams, and maybe this is because I watch like one of the bigger teams like Chelsea. They kind of
it's a good save by Room. It's a great early cross. Joko tries to get a touch and misses it, and Room carries away. Sorry, you were saying.
I feel like they control the possession a lot more and like are really waiting for that golden opportunity. Whereas like here, it seems like they're less willing to wait for that golden opportunity. You know, they're just like, we're gonna take any opportunity that we see. And I feel like you see transfers of possession a lot more.
Foul! Josh Williams tried to do a bicycle kick, completely missed it, and the AR bails him out with a non-contact foul. Unreal. Oh my goodness. That is so bad. I'm sorry. I hate to cut you off. Everybody should know.
It's kind of tough to hear you, by the way.
Is it? Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
How's this?
That's good.
Okay, yeah, because I turned the receiver away. But everybody who's watched, if anybody's watched this podcast for a little bit, they know I am not a fan of Josh Williams. I'm not a fan of Mr. Williams. The fact that he has an MLS Cup to his name really bothers me. But Martinez is killing them in the midfield here. They're trying to keep possession now, and they're getting screwed. But what Caleb Porter was saying is that when the ball is out here, hold on, we're not showing anything. Okay, so when the ball is out over here, it's too much trying to go here or here. There's not enough switching the play through your 6 and your 8. And that is, again, what we're missing. Everything keeps trying to go up the same lane or into a striker who's got 2 or 3 marks on him. And it's just not – it's not good. And just to your point, the idea between the English or the Italian or the German and the American game is simply the fact that Americans don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I noticed that a little bit ago where when I was trying to figure out the difference between the two leagues, oh, Valenzuela's in, play him. Oh, where are you going? Why are you going now you choose to switch the play? You're 4 yards out from the 18-yard box. You choose to switch the play now. Combos. Oh, Archer, that's poor. I learned that a couple years ago when I was trying to learn the difference between the leagues. Was Jose Mourinho will score a garbage goal and then park the bus and try and play counterattack all day and possess the ball or whatever. Like in MLS, it is win the game, get the points, and that's it. It doesn't matter if it's pretty. It doesn't matter. Like I said, when Red Bull were playing, and I hadn't, Gegenpress had not been a system most people knew about.
Oh, you were absolutely right. Valenzuela was making a great.
Well, I mean, he's in. What are you not playing him for? You need to get a cable box so you stop talking about it 40 seconds after it happens.
You need to come back to New York so we could just be in person.
You're in the middle of nowhere. What do you mean? I'm not coming up to
I can come home.
Yeah, right. You never come home.
You're literally in another state. I only haven't been home lately because they were doing construction.
Santos going to get a yellow for kicking the ball away there, but Santos giving him the hard body, and he's getting called for a foul, and that's just that's
Um,
just too bad.
I think you need to clarify a little. There's two Santoses out there. We have Dos
Okay,
Santos.
it is Sergi Santos for Philly giving him the hard body
Ah,
on
okay.
Jonathan Mensah.
I had a feeling. I didn't think Pedro Santos was giving anybody the hard body.
I don't think it's a foul. I think Jonathan Mensah just got hard bodied. But yeah, that's the major difference, right? When Gegenpress was a thing, it was the ugliest form of soccer I've ever seen. You had Alex Muyl running around from left, right, and center, trying to just win the ball at all times, and then just dumping it to BWP who could score. But we got results, and nobody cared. In England,
Yeah, I think
the
so.
Gegenpress system wouldn't work in England because they're too prideful about what it looks like. Same thing with Italy. You will never see a team in England or Italy play the Gegenpress system because they care too much about
How it
possession in
looks.
football.
Right.
But that's one of the things that takes away from the Euro snob versus the American or the MLS fan conversation is, oh, it doesn't look good. It's like, yeah, it doesn't look good. But it's a lot of fun to watch because it's not as bad as 2010 MLS. I promise you that. Like if anybody watched it in 2010, it was awful, but it's a lot of fun to keep an eye on the way that's tactically, because there are teams that are tactically adjusting really well. Like I said, Portland's a really good possession team. And
Yeah, I mean,
Jose Martinez is down right now.
every year, there's just more and more like talented players coming into the league, and
Yes.
especially with the way the league's going now, where they're getting these budding South American stars. They're guys that you're gonna want to watch. It doesn't matter if the rest of the guys out there are really slab. It doesn't matter if you have your Perry Kitchens out there throwing elbows every single minute. But
Yeah,
the few moments where you get to watch like Lucas Alron hit like a 30-yard free kick, it makes it worth it. And then you get the best of both worlds.
correct. Yeah. The like I said, so you'll have your teams like your Seattle, your Portland, your NYC at times when they had all their strikers that could play. They'll possess the ball decently. It's not like 75% Barcelona versus Ibar, but they'll keep the ball. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this league has that kind of that stretch of talent that like the Premier League or the Spanish league have, where you have like Barcelona coming up against like
well,
Ibar, like you said.
and here's my argument, right? How many Americans would sit and watch that? Because you already have people saying they don't watch soccer because it's too boring. Now you want to go and now you put
But
a style of play.
that's a bad excuse because they'll still go and watch the Chiefs go play the Jaguars
Yeah,
in
but
football.
at least they're putting up a 50 piece on the Jags. You know what I mean? It's not like my point is, right. The amount of time you talk to somebody who plays football and who says I won't watch soccer because it's too boring,
That's
and
because
then
they'll watch a game like this and they'll be like, nobody's scoring.
correct, and they also don't understand what is going on in the game, which I get. It's tough to find it's tough to watch a game that you don't understand and like get really hyped about it. I can't watch. Oh, Sergio Santos squares it to Montero. Montero turns back into traffic. Just keep the ball going the other way. You had Ali Bedoya making an overlapping run, and Montero's like, yeah, I'm going to turn right back into the defender that I turned away from earlier. Cool. That's the other reason I don't like the 4-4-2 diamond. You don't have enough width to keep the play going, and a lot of times your center mids are not going to help out your attackers. So you need to have that split through ball to your strikers, and if it's not on, you're done. But yeah, so
Oh,
how many, like I said, if you like, I can't watch field hockey and get hyped about it because I don't get it. I don't understand how field hockey
no, I
works.
get it. That's how I feel about like rugby, or cricket. Like I
Cricket,
would have no
cricket's a
idea what's
really good
going on.
example. I feel like I'd like cricket a lot if I understood how it worked.
But I don't think. I mean, it's not like this is a sport that's just like completely new to people in America. Like, you know what soccer is.
Right.
You get the basics of it. The basics enough that you could probably sit down and like watch it and maybe not get entertainment out of it, but like understand what's going on.
Sure, but that's the thing. What American is going to do something? Oh, what an awful ball, Valenzuela. Santos to Jabilko. Oh, he recovers nicely. He tried to switch the field and hit directly to Sergio Santos on the 18-yard box. That could have been bad. But what American is going to watch something that isn't fun, right? And
What
like I
are,
said, and
what are you supposed to do? You know?
this ties back into the pro rel argument. You can't have pro rel because what American is going to watch a non-top tier team, right?
Yeah, like
And the
I
second
guess
you don't,
you
and the
can make
second
the
you don't,
argument. It's like if you have Pro Rel, FCC is not playing with Lucio Costa or Brenner this season.
exactly right. You don't give teams the opportunity to do that, and you don't give teams the revenue to build better, because the second that something like that happens, people stop watching, TV rights go away, people stop buying players, which means jerseys don't get sold, which means the teams don't make money, investors pull out, and the team falls. And I get it. Like, people don't get that because they haven't been around the league much, but it's not as easy just to say, yes, pro rel's the answer. Oh, Zardes.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I'm sure we can make an entire episode on Pro Rel, and maybe we will if we have
And
the
we
time
probably
for it.
have at some point.
I know we talked about it kind of briefly last season. Maybe we can go into it a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. Like, things would have to. I'm not saying it's impossible to do here, but things would have to change if that were to happen. Other things
Correct.
outside of Pro Rel would have to change,
It
like
needs to
the
be,
salary cap, for example.
yes. That's a
Like,
really good
I have no question that this league can recruit some of the big guys to come here because of like someone like Antoine Griezmann. Like, I feel like 100% you can get him to come here if you had the money and if you had like some incentive for him to come. Like his branding would be it would do very well here.
Sure. Okay. So before we continue, Zellerion's got a free kick. It looks like it's roughly 30 yards out. They've got the lay down tactic behind the wall. He
Love
dinks
me a
it
good
over the
lay
top.
down.
Falls. It's a great save by Andre Blake. Jonathan Mensah hits a wicked volley. Andre Blake goes full extension, keeps it out of the net, and Zardes puts his header over from 4 yards out. What a save. Dinks it over the top. It gets nodded away by, oh no, it was Artur. It was Artur who had the volley. Nodded away by Bedoya. Volley from 8 yards out. Blake with a great reaction save for Zardes to nod the ball over the bar. Andre Blake, keeper of the year for a reason. Oh, you love that. You absolutely love that. And Andre Blake is now tight. It looks like Bradley Wright Phillips is on. Game over. Columbus for the win. Zelarayan to Bradley Wright Phillips is like Sasha Question to Bradley Wright Phillips. It's just going to be really, really good. Philly with the high press wins it back in the corner. We love that. Can we serve Jamero? He does, and it's headed away. You want to know why? Because it was an under-hit cross. Connor, where did you go? There are 5 minutes left in the game. How could you just walk away at this point? You got to think Philly's got one coming. They've had way too many set-piece opportunities not to get one here. You have to think one is coming. Montero serves it. Flicked on. Oh. Another ball headed over the bar. All right. You got to think BWP is going to get in on this one. It's gonna be a cagey 5 minutes here. Let's see what they can produce. Still 0-0, 85th minute. Connor's disappeared. And it looks like we got a player down here, and it doesn't look good. He looks like he's in a decent amount of pain. Looks like is that Pedro Santos? I can't tell. It is. It's Pedro Santos goes in for a tackle. Just clips him a little bit. Nothing intentional. He's trying to clear the ball, but get the magic spray out. He'll be okay. You pick really good times to just, bounce out.
I'm working on getting food. I need to eat.
You don't need to eat. You will be fine.
I need to eat.
I promise you don't. Like, you can survive a long time without food. You will be fine.
Yeah.
Looks like Santos is coming off for Matan. Matan making his debut.
Yeah, Pedro Santos looked to be in some decent pain.
So Santos has been let off the field. Matan makes his debut for Philly in the last 3 and some change minutes here. Oh, here we go. Ollie's on the ball. Ollie with the rip. It's a great save, Eloy Room. What a phenomenal outstretched save by Eloy Room. Great parry off a rocket from Ali Bedoya's left foot. This has been a goalkeeper matchup for the ages.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, this has been the Eloy Room versus Andre Blake show.
Just to think, like 4 years ago, it was Raïs Mboli versus Matt Lamson.
Stop.
Jack Elliott gets a header, but it's blocked. Columbus brought every player back for that. They're gonna
Can't wait to see this save in like a minute.
It's a big ball by Martinez. Ali tries to win the ball. He doesn't. Second ball picked up from Matan, and he is fouled. Ali's going to see yellow there.
Wow, I'm just having Matan come on now. Hopefully that's not a bad injury for Pedro Santos. I mean, as deep as this team is, he's still like a fantastic player for them to have.
Bedoya sees yellow in the 90th minute. Valenzuela plays the ball down to Zelarayan, and now they're going to try to work out of it. Oh, it's Montero trying to play quickly through the middle of the field. It gets turned over. Columbus coming the other way.
Oof.
Awful's up the field.
That was a fantastic shot by Bedoya.
Wasn't it? Zellaround finds the ball, finds Awful. BWP Fox in the box. Serve the ball. You've got BWP just sitting there. And they're going to recycle through the back. Eloy Room has the ball at his foot. Santos pressing. And they're going to work out. Again, they're going too long. They're not switching their lanes. They're going too direct. Now it's Montero. Cuts back. Feeds into Santos. Santos holds the ball. Lays it off. Big switch. Martinez going to line it up. No, he finds Mbazio on the outside. Oh, he tried to pull off a Randall Leal, tried to curl it into that top corner. DEJ7 running up. One. Lucas Zellaround looks gassed, man. He has nothing left.
I'm sure he's tired.
Yeah, DEJ7.
He was. Anytime I saw him, he was working hard.
It's a service from Wagner, and it's cleared away. Sorry, you were saying?
I was just saying that anytime I saw him, he was running hard, pressing. So it doesn't surprise me that he's a bit gassed at this point. Oh, yeah, that was shades of Leal, even though it was not as well hit.
There it is. Jamero Montero clips it into the box. Oh, Ali's trying to get his head on it. He doesn't. DEJ7 finds the ball to Awful. Lays it up. BWP is going to go chasing. Nodded away by Big Jack. Philly deciding that the 91st minute of the game is a really good time to play possession. And they give it away in the back.
No time like the present.
And now we counter. Oh, it's such a poorly hit ball. DEJ7 with a giveaway. It's turned over to Shabilko. Shabilko plays Santos. Santos hits it. It's blocked really well by, and I hate to say this, Josh Williams with a really clutch block. He's making up for the absolutely awful
bicycle kick clearance
he tried to make.
Wouldn't be Major League Soccer if we didn't have one of those.
3rd minute stoppage time. Can they get one here? They've had so many free kick opportunities. Can they get one? It's served from Montero. Oh, it's a good ball. It's cleared away.
A bad giveaway by DJ.
Can they go quickly?
Oh, yes.
Montero wins the ball.
That's a good block.
That's a foul. Yep. I would say you don't want to push anything. You're on the road here. You're opening the season. Santos is gonna get in on this ball. Beats Awful. Beats Mensah. Hits it. It's a good save by Room again. That'll be a goal kick. Yeah. Man. Philly are just the kings of getting these garbage chances. That's the thing. They're really strong defensively, and then they get those chances. Every once in a while they'll go in, which is why they're half decent and they're like a good team.
They sum up everything we were talking about was it Jose?
Yeah. Matan looks like he's got a little bit about him, man. I've only seen him play for 7-ish minutes now, but
Is he playing out wide?
He's playing as one of the wide attacking midfielders, but just on the ball, he looks really comfortable. All right, they got a long throw. Oh, they called the game. They called the game on the last chance to get the throw in there, and that's it. Game ends 0-0.
What a first game for us to stream on.
What a first stream for us.
A barn burner.
A absolute firecracker. That's a final. 0-0 Columbus, Philly. we went through. We did a little bit of our tactical analysis. We did a little bit of our reactions. I'd have to say, I don't know about you. I think Columbus would feel a little bit hard done here. I think they probably deserve a little bit more. They probably had the better of the chances. I think Philly got with some lucky. I won't say lucky, but I don't think their chances were nearly as good as Columbus until the very end when they were trying to push for it. Biggest thing really to take out of this is two great goalkeepers and an injured Pedro Santos. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next couple days, see how he's doing. But only one game left in the weekend. Vancouver, Portland. It will be the end of a very great weekend of football. It's been great to watch again. And we'll be back for another one unless you got anything else you want to add.
No, nothing else to add.
No, I don't have anything either. It was
hopefully we get some goals next time.
Yeah, great goalkeeping performance by Blake and Room.
Both of them.
Both of them were fantastic. Which kind of sucks. We have no goals to react to or break down, but really, really good on both their parts. It's good to see the two top keepers going at it. I haven't checked what our predictions were, but I can't imagine I'm doing very well. I think I'm having a bad day. But
yeah, let me see if I can. I got the screen paused right now with all the results, and I'll pull up what we have.
Mr. Dual.
Mr. Dual Screen.
Yeah, I'm hard. I know.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right, where did we do this? This was episode 7.
Yeah. I didn't make any clips, unfortunately. I didn't get a chance to clip it up. So when we do the next one, we're gonna have to clip it up. But it was I think I predicted Columbus to win, if I remember correctly.
Alrighty. Where? All right, so I don't have Adam's scores
because I don't think Adam made predictions.
All right, so Adam gets a 0 for week 1.
Yeah.
All right, so first game is Houston San Jose. You said 1-1. I said 2-1 Houston, so I got that one dead on.
Yeah, you are a cheater. How?
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so then the next one was Seattle, Minnesota. You said 3-1 Seattle. I said 2-0 Seattle. So we both get a point there. Were you?
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, we both got Montreal wrong. We both got Atlanta wrong.
I was closer.
We
got Orlando wrong.
We both got LAFC right, but I was closer. We both got DC right. We were both closer. I got Dallas. I got Dallas Columbus. We both got RB Colorado. You got Chicago, New England dead on. Yeah, what a shock. You got Nashville, Cincinnati dead on. What a shock. What are you doing?
Let's go, the 2-2.
This is absurd. We both got Miami, LA wrong. I had 2-2 Columbus, Philly. You had 2-0 Columbus, so I got a point there. And then it'll be Portland versus Vancouver that we keep an eye on.
If it wasn't for Sasha question, I would have went 3 straight on the 2-2s.
I would have been so pissed. Sasha question, you absolute legend. But that's stuff to talk about on the next episode of the Designated Players Podcast. Thanks for joining us, anybody who did check in. We hope you enjoyed our little ramblings of what was going on, and we'll be back next week with another game. Anything else you want to add, Con?
Nothing to add.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for checking it out. These videos will stay live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll kind of we'll evolve this as it goes. It was kind of a first run trial here. We have a lot of things we can do. Just let us know. But that is the end of our stream. Thanks for checking it out, and we will see you next time on our next live stream. See ya.